And you're going on that thread and alone, you say, well, you have a panel of like, well, we're supposed to be a fair state, with Quid Pro Quo, right? We're supposed to be a fair state. I give it a panel, right? The divide of like technology, right? Say, oh, we'll get it from your leader's leader, right? And so, and that's the disrespect you feel, because it's like it's always to some effect like, oh yeah, this but this, So it almost feels like it's like Monday and you're like, oh well, you have to get dressed right because the thing, admission, right? And I was like, so whatever's whatever, right? You're standing at the podium, you're saying, oh well, this is the contents of the day: grilled cheese sandwiches for lunch. John King hosting, and if you had to divide your leader's leader on collective or individualistic. Now, given that, what you would say is like, oh, this is not testimony itself, but for chasing what he's talking about and what he's saying on religious beliefs alone, separation from church and state, that's not what he's saying. What he's saying is the divide is if you find it, you see the templates are rising, and then Quid Pro Quo stands still. Stands. So given like and given it's a round table discussion, right? You say, oh well, you know what? You have all angles of an opinion, right? Like this guy right here, obviously, saying he asserts Diaz, right, or asserts something to that effect, like, oh well, you know what? This is the anecdotal right here. This is the anecdote right here. Well, what about that? So there's nothing to say. There's nothing to say. You just kind of have to recede and say, oh well, you know what? That is the idea of like, well, this is it. Well, the issue I have, and I'm not really, is the philosophies of like, why is it that there's just only one way of thinking, and there's not another, and there's not so much given a right of another way of thinking, and there's no representation in that. So. And that's it. So solidifying that idea is like, you say there's only one way of thinking, and then, oh, you assert this another opinion. I hear that opinion all the time. You know what I'm talking about? I said that on Twitter and drones, and Twitters and Facebook drones. I said that Twitter users, people that use. I said that already. So, given his opinion, okay, roundtable and all, you're still okay, given what it is, right? Is he's hosting anchor, right? Given, right? Okay, now you have to rebuttal that, because there's the whole idea of the whole discussion itself within interfacing, right? And what she says in representation more accurate, right? If you will, like on holograms alone, right? Then you start getting comedic, but you don't. Because you say Benghazi, you say, oh, you learn this on isms alone, but you don't really know, but you're kind of saying, oh, but there's strengths. There's always strengths. And I turned it up because to make the divide, to lessen the gap. You know what I'm talking about? And they got charts. So when they got charts, you can go ahead and just take a breather. You know what I'm talking about? Nah, I'm just on epiphanies alone. I'm like, Sac State always has the right of way, and I'm like, working class never gets where I'm at, never gets the right of way of anything. And here we go. And then he said, yeah, that's true, 10-4 that. And I'm like doing 8 to 4s. You feel me? That's it.